guys, John Rempe, Master Distiller at Lux Row Distillers, and we're back here again for another tasting. And today we have our David Nicholson 1843. I'll see if I can hold it up. You can see that a little bit better. But this is a brand that Lux Row, we acquired this in 2000, I think it was. Bought that from the Van Winkle family. This brand dates back all the way to 1843, as it states on the label. David Nicholson was actually a grocer in St. Louis, and he was making whiskey in the back room of his grocery store. Back then, that's kind of what happened back then. Distilleries back, this is obviously, mid 1800s, so obviously way before Prohibition, and distilleries weren't bottling their own whiskey back then. They would distill it, age it, and then they would sell barrels to rectifiers, basically. That's what they were called. So rectifiers would purchase those barrels from the distilleries and blend and bottle their own whiskey to be sold in their stores. So that's who David Nicholson was, and it was, fast forward from 1843 up to 1893, when you enter in Julian Pappy Van Winkle and W.L. Weller partnered together, and then they became involved with the David Nicholson 1843 brand and began distilling that at the old A.P.H. Stitzel distillery. So that's the history of this brand. And then fast forward to 2000 when Lux Row purchased that brand. So this is that wheated bourbon that it's been made since way back in the 1800s and still made today. So let's go ahead and open this one up and give this a quick nose and tasting. So as I was saying, this is that wheated bourbon mash bill. The mash bill on this is 68 corn, 20% wheat, 12% malt. So there's a decent amount of wheat in there, and what that wheat does is really let that corn sweetness come through during maturation in the barrel. It's not, that wheat's not going to mask any of that sweetness really, like a rye would in a traditional bourbon mash bill. That wheat's going to let that sweetness just kind of come through and add a little bit of a creaminess to it. See, very minimal spice. Good vanilla, good caramel. A little bit of butterscotch maybe. And just a slight hint of maybe hazelnut. Good honey. Let's give it a taste. I'll let that first one go down. Let's give it another one. Yeah, just really good vanilla, honey, a little bit of chocolate, butterscotch. There's no, the finish on that is just so smooth and clean. Very, very minimal, burn at all. This wheat bourbon just goes down so easily, and it's a 100 proof, and you wouldn't know it's 100 proof. That's good. All right, so let's move on to the next one. So this is the kind of the big brother of the 1843. So this is David Nicholson Reserve. People always ask why it's called Reserve, and it's Reserve because we set aside some barrels and let them age a little bit longer. This is actually a 7-year-old, and this is a traditional rye bourbon formula or mash bill. This is that wheated bourbon mash bill. So this is a 7-year-old rye bourbon mash bill, 78 corn, 10% rye, 12% malt, also at 100 proof. Let's go ahead and give this one a quick pour. See, it's just I always love tasting that wheat bourbon right up against that traditional rye bourbon mash bill, just back to back. You really, even though this isn't a high rye mash bill at all, it's only 10% in that mash bill. But when you taste it right after that wheat bourbon, it smells so spicy. I haven't tasted it yet, but I know that it'll taste a lot spicier than it really is. Good cherry notes. Decent amount of oak coming through, just real smooth oak. Vanilla, chocolate. A lot of chocolate coming out of that one. Let's taste that again. Face that. I get yelled at if I don't face it. It's so different from the 1843, that wheated bourbon. This rye, good spicy notes, but not a lot. You get a lot of sweetness. There's 78% corn, so you get a lot of sweetness coming through. It just balanced out real nicely by that. A little bit of spice from that rye. You know, like I said, only 10%. Good cherry notes. Cherry and chocolate. It's like a cherry cordial type flavor. It's good caramel coming through on that too. And chocolate just lingers. Yeah, this one. There's back in 2017 out in San Francisco that won best straight whiskey in the United States. So it's definitely one to see if you can pick up if you can find it on the shelf somewhere. We do have it here at the distillery along with the 1843. I'll give that one more sip. It's just a good easy sipper. Just sip it all day. Okay, one thing I almost forgot to mention was get a good look at this packaging here because this is going away. We are upgrading a completely new bottle, a completely new look, and I think it's well overdue. I do like this bottle a little bit, but we've got a completely different bottle, so that's something that I look forward to. Probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I think that we're going to be coming out with the new package for that, so that'll be hitting the shelf soon. So that's something to look forward to also. All right, guys, thanks for watching again. I really do appreciate it. And if you do like this video or these kind of videos that I'm doing, please consider hitting that like button and go ahead and click that subscribe button too. Like I've said before, I'm going to probably be doing one of these every week. And if you guys have anything else you want me to taste and put up here, just leave me a note down in the comment section and I'll be sure to get to it. Thanks, guys.